I am here with Frederick Woodruff of many things, of many pursuits, many offerings here on the interwebs, and we're going to talk about all this good stuff. Let's start with I think the probably this is how I discovered you was the astrology that you do. The It's just Woodruff, right?
Yeah, Woodruff was, and it's an astrology
Yeah,
site.
yeah, and you've been doing that for a hot minute, like before the Substack date, like. Wasn't it on MailChimp or something like that, but way back when?
It was like you. I had a long time presence online through
Yeah.
various websites, and then when I discovered Substack, I was just quickly migrated in there.
Yeah, because you were paying for an email list, right? Over on MailChimp or whatever.
I
So
think
they changed their ways
I
over the
might have.
years.
Well, I
Yeah.
had Tiny Mail first. Yeah,
Ooh,
they
okay.
just kept ratcheting down and getting, so. Anyway, like a lot of people, I never had a good way to monetize running a site on WordPress. And then when
Right.
I saw the Substack business model, I was like, well, somebody's finally gotten micropayments down. So I just hopped in there.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And when was that? Because I came on Substack back in 2021. So it was before that, right?
I think 20, I think I might have been a little before you. I think
Yeah.
COVID was happening. So I had a lot of time to like figure out what I
Yeah.
was. So somewhere in there, I think I've been on 4 something years,
Wow.
like four,
Yeah.
4.5. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Time flies when we're having fun. When we're
It does. And just as I'm getting like okay with Substack, I get this fucking email today about Apple and it being integrated. Yeah, did you get this?
I did, yeah, yeah.
And and then I thought, oh, I'll just go into settings and turn that off. I don't want my people paying 30% more to sign in, you know, with their Apple
Hmm.
card on the app. Anyway, you can't turn it off. So
No.
there you go.
And if people do pay it, you'll get paid for that 45 days later.
Right.
Like what? Like it's madness that like it sometimes takes 2 days for stuff to come
Right.
through. Like 45, and you
Yeah.
can't export that payment data if people sign up for that. If you ever would leave Substack, you can't export that. So if you have 100 people
That's
that sign up through the Apple iOS whatever thing, they do say in the FAQ, well, you have their contact info. So you can contact those 100 people
but
and
you
tell
can't
them to cancel
export
it.
it.
No, you can't
Yeah.
export it. Because right now
Well,
you
I
can
should have.
export all your Stripe data. Yeah.
Oh my God. I should have known you'd have the skinny on that and bum me out even more. But
That
yeah,
that
that
that was the big one. Well, my main concern was if people signed up for it on an iOS device, does that mean they keep your email? That would be terrifying. But that's not the
well,
case. You still have
uh,
their email address.
well, does Apple have their email?
Oh yes.
So,
Yeah. So I'm sure they're going to
oh
send them emails
God.
too. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
hot, cool apps.
I went
Whatever.
off on the dude that was because I got in the chat announcing the event and he was driving me crazy because he would answer because people were fetching on there about it.
Hmm.
And then he kept answering with, well, I understand this is a pain point about this process. And then the next email, yes, this is a pain point for you. A
Yeah.
pain. And I finally said to him, I said, go, my God, please stop with pain point. You sound like Chat GPT wrote this. Like, you know, pain point. I can't get that out of my mind now.
Yeah. Especially to repeat it over and over again throughout a thread. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's people definitely wanted to be able to pay for things on the iOS device. Like people have been asking for that for a long time, but like how tied in Apple is now to that then. Like it's not just payment, it's like integration. So
Well,
screw.
and also just the principle of the gouging and greed of Apple, or as
Oh,
Trump calls him, Tim Apple.
Tim Apple.
So,
Yes, Tim
you
Apple.
know, I that anyway, this is a wonderful way to short start your live stream with
Well,
bitching
whatever. Look,
about,
these are
yeah,
all relevant things that affect many of the people that are on our iOS device watching
it's
this
true.
live through the app.
It is
But
true.
yeah, these are foundational things for all of us that we can gain something from. So speak. Let's talk then. Let's take it back to the classic. Sign up and become a paid subscriber. And you've been doing that for a long time now on Substack. Like how has that experience been for you?
It was good. I
Yeah,
had a good mailing list that I exported in, when I left WordPress. And
yeah,
because I had been doing, it was a site called Astro Inquiry, and I had been doing that maybe for a decade.
yeah.
And, so you have loyal readers,
Sure.
and they just dovetailed into taking paid subs on my
Yeah,
Woodruff
they got it, and
newsletter. Yeah.
yeah, cool,
Hmm.
cool. And I think you've been a bestseller for a long time now, right? So
I
maybe.
guess, yeah. Yeah, I hit that. Initially I had them turn that thing off because I thought it
Yeah,
was tacky, just sort of like boasting rights or something.
yeah.
And and then I had him turn it back on because I don't know. Suddenly, when notes started, it
Oh, it's
seemed
like
to
yeah.
it seemed to give a little bit more credence or
Mm-hmm.
professionalism. I don't know. So now
Sure.
it's back on my little orange check mark.
And for those out there interested in what you do, what did a paid membership get you with Woodruff Astrology?
Content that the free people don't get.
Sure. Okay. That's
No,
great.
it's I would say more involved, deeper dives into different astrological themes, transits. Like the big one right now that we're in is the Saturn Neptune conjunction that goes until February 2026.
Mm,
That is like, if you know astrological lexicon, that combination of those two planets is the exact fucking world that we are all experiencing now, where you get
okay.
up in the morning and you're like, I can't believe I'm reading this. Like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. And of course,
Sure.
I'm talking about you know what. And,
All that.
but
Yeah.
that's the thing when those two planets get together like that,
Yeah.
which doesn't happen that often every 30 years.
Wow. Yeah.
But it does, if you're familiar with Buddhism, it's like the bardos open up with that aspect. And the
Mm,
bardos are like this liminal realm where you're just sort of, you can't orient, you can't get a grasp on reality. You're between worlds. So say that would be a feature that paid subscribers would get on Woodruff, right? Deep dive that aspect.
were you offering like group calls with that as well?
Well, you got me into that. I
Okay.
started doing it called Moon Zooms on the full
That's
moon,
great. Yeah.
and the paid subscribers can, it's a little bit of a who gets there first for sign up because I can't
Ooh.
have like 400 people in there.
No. No.
So, I
So you
do
limit
about,
it. You have a head count. That's cool.
mhm. And then there's a waiting list so
Yep.
people can get on that. But that's been fun. I
Cool.
really, you actually are responsible for me doing that because I
Yay.
don't like I'm an introvert. I don't even being on video was a big deal for me when I started that a year or
Yeah.
so ago. Um, but it's been good. It's helped me
Cool.
step out of my comfort zone and stuff.
Yes. And really, probably a new appreciation or just like a closeness to your readers, right? Like the people that support you, support your work.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been groovy. Really,
Groovy
really,
is a
really been
great way to
digging
put it.
it.
Yeah, and just curious, like, what do you cap it at? The attendance?
25. I
25.
st
Wow.
I started at 16 and then let it go up, and then we met the other day and everyone sort of agreed at keeping it at like 20, 25. So that's, what I'm doing it at.
I love that. Wow, that's great. Yeah, I'm always the proponent for like start up a Zoom call with your subscribers. It's scary as shit, but like do it. Like there's so much good from that. Yeah.
And to your wheelhouse, it takes something like that to actually penetrate the social media inculcated brain that
Mm,
has us all trained that, well, you can really just only do stuff through social media. That's how you connect with people.
right.
And, you know, so when I started doing that, I saw just the diminishment of the need to feel like I needed to be out on Twitter, never will
Hmm.
call it X, on Instagram, on TikTok, all of that stuff. So in fact, I don't even do much on there anymore now.
Wow.
It's been interesting.
Yeah, whenever I'm on a Zoom call like that and talking about this, every now and again you like step back and you're like, wait a second, if all that burns down, oh my goodness, the like I have this. This is amazing. And to have an email list, one, and then a paid, a paid membership, like, hey, these people can be involved and come in. Like, it's so powerful because social media is like, no, here's everyone. And then you
Right,
find out, like, maybe 25 is okay.
right. But to your statement, when and if it burns down, I think we're in the middle of it, like collapsing in different ways
Mm,
we're just not aware of, which I won't go into because it's too
sure.
Orwellian. But yeah, so that I think that first shoe's already dropped for social
Oh,
media collapsing out.
ye- it definitely feels like that, especially like because I only changed the name of my newsletter to Social Media Escape Club in 2023. So it's coming up on 2 years now. The difference between then and now, like when you mention like not being on Instagram or not, like it's no longer met with like, oh my goodness, what? Like a lot of people now are just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like I hate it there too. Like I don't
Right,
even go on the apps, like
right.
that is starting to feel a little more real or a little more accepted almost.
Yeah, exactly. So people are finally starting to get it. And I think back to my point about the Saturn Neptune conjunction,
Mm.
it's still in that world. You don't know what the next thing is really.
Yeah,
And it's not fucking robots and chat GPT. I mean, that's always going to be there and keep doing its thing, but that's down the wrong rabbit hole, like making
right,
a AI friend to, appease Mark Zuckerberg's, bottom line and shit.
right.
That's not the way that I'm talking about. There's something else starting to get traction and stuff.
And a part of that is like an unlearning or untangling from like the feeling we got from social media. Like we go on there and post something and boom, something happened. Or for like someone replied this, that, the other. Now to
But
step back. Oh, go ahead.
well, sorry to cut in. I just
No.
popped in my head because I remember the initial days of social media and it was kind of fun. And you were connecting with your
Hmm.
peers and your colleagues and friends and family. And, now the feeds, you know all this shit. It's
And
just that
shitification. Yep.
but
Yep.
see, people still cling to that memory, especially boomers that are on there. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe I'll see Doris's thing come up. She said she had a new baby. And then, it's an ad for Chat GPT and Oculus and,
Or, yeah.
some Trump
Those
nightmare.
Ray-Ban things. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Well,
mess.
right, just then step back from that because you had mentioned like you're in this space where like you don't know what's real, this and that. Like so now when we get back to like oh, well, I just send a newsletter once a week, or I just host a Zoom call, every 2 weeks or something like that. Like there's a lot like it's so much slower. There's not that immediate feedback. There's not, and
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
it's like coming down off of that like
Hmm.
constant feedback loop. There's
Hmm.
less feedback now, which is
Yeah.
actually probably a good thing.
Yes, and people need their vagus nerve to like settle down,
Yeah.
like to return back to baseline,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that
And
part of the nervous system got so like just overhyped, and like you're saying, everything like you know,
go, go, go. Right. And then whereas like a Zoom call is like, if someone starts talking for more than 28 seconds, it's easy to be like, okay, let's wrap it up. Let's go, because
right,
we're so used to like scrolling videos, like soundbite, soundbite, soundbite. And then like heaven forbid someone talk for a minute. So
right.
yeah,
And
it's
people wonder if it's really true that there's a reptilian and mammalian part of the brain, because that's constant scrolling,
mm,
dopamine, boom, the next visual glittering image. Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's definitely coming from the crow part of the brain. Like, you know,
it is so much. And yeah, it's so easy to fall into that. Let's talk about your book, The Dahmer Diaries. Talk a little bit about that, the journey that's been, and to where
well,
you're at now. Like, how did that start?
yeah, I got my galley back for the first take on the book. So, have you ever worked with galleys? Like,
No, no.
well, it's like it's what the publisher would send you before it finally goes to press. So it gives you a chance to go through it, tweak things, clean shit up, whatever.
Hmm.
Of course, now I'm rewriting the book. No, I'm kidding. But so that's what I've been doing is putting that together. The book should be out officially on Halloween. But I started that newsletter on Substack when I started writing this book. I Love You, Jeffrey Dahmer. This book is a it's an outer dimensional book. It's not like the Jeffrey Dahmer story that everyone,
Mm,
the horror that everyone knows. It's a complete reworking of history
okay.
told from the protagonist's point of view, who falls in love with Dahmer, if you can imagine that. And then there's, the trajectory of the narrative goes off in that direction. I don't want to spoil any of the thrills.
No,
But
no.
anyway, I started this Substack newsletter to document the writing process of doing the book and his astrology, because I had access to his birth data and was able to put up his horoscope and go down that tunnel of
Yeah.
looking at his psychology astrologically. So that's been a popular newsletter for me on Substack.
Mm, that's cool. Especially how it ties in with what you're originally doing too. Like,
Hmm. I thought it would be a way to keep me, you know how writers are, if you don't have this, at least for me, strict schedule, it's like, oh, I'll do it next week. I'll finish that next month. So it was a way to keep me, you know, on course
hmm,
and responsible to the project, a way
yeah,
to authenticate it that way.
yeah. And
Writing's not easy.
no, no, not when you're talking about books. Like
Mm.
a blog post is easy, like sometimes,
For
but
you, maybe. Do you have any, when you have to write something, I mean, do you just find it's
oh,
just like popping out of you and
oh, most of the time I'm going to be writing for Daniel Hunter's on this call, on our live. I'm going to be writing a piece about this called like basically how I do write. But where I'm going to go like in depth with that, which is probably one of my first like writer not project, but like pitch idea, like a word count. Like Daniel gave me a word count, like 1,000 words. I was just
hmm
thinking, yeah, whatever. I haven't probably written like so it's just funny to like actually have like a deadline and a word count, like just do this. And I'm stoked to do it. But like, does it just come out? Yeah, a lot of the times it does. But also too, like even earlier today, like I knew I wanted to get a newsletter out and
Hmm.
I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. And then I just came home and like banged something out real quick that became a blog post that I then put in a newsletter. That's usually how it works for me. Like it's just it just feels right. It just feels like because I'll try sometimes to force it, and I'll get a whole bunch of stuff on the screen, delete half of it, start over, labor over it, show it to someone, and but usually I feel like the stuff that like resonates more is just the stuff that like that flies when I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
Yeah, because that's how I experience your writing is like conversational,
Hmm.
colloquial. So I could see if you got in there and started muddling around, that might throw your rhythm or something like
Y-
that, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I sometimes I'm writing like here on the laptop, and then like in the middle of it, I'll like just I'll switch tabs and go look at Hacker News or some other website. I'll just bring up ESPN. Bring like, wait, what? No, you got to stay focused. You got no.
Hmm.
I need to sometimes just split, stop thinking,
Right,
go for a walk, come back. Like going for the walk thing is funny because it's like, oh, that's where you can take notes and this and that. And I've tried that. I'll like take voice notes and transcribe them later and this and that. Uh, which I think there's value in it. Like that never usually becomes the thing, but I think just the act of speaking it out or taking a note, like putting it in my phone, even if I don't directly go back to it and like copy and paste and put that in, I
right.
still find it valuable to do that because it's
I
just
think,
in your brain and comes out and it eventually ends up going somewhere.
yeah, I think that's poor use of the dynamism of a walk is to be out taking notes and
Oh,
you know,
right. Totally. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I can't imagine like doing that. But
Well,
I go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say sometimes it's that idea of like, oh, I have to capture this idea or it'll disappear. Like that common thing of like, if you don't capture that idea, if you don't write like every day at 6 a.m. and like that idea will float somewhere else and someone else like
Yeah.
sometimes I get trapped into that, but I try not to.
I think when I'm out walking, I do rarely, but do so I'll get an idea for something, say in the narrative, and I will uh, text my
Mm,
voice text myself
okay.
and then send it to myself that way. But that doesn't happen that much. But I will share. I think to some of the things you said, I think accountability is like a key for a writer. So if you've got
Mm,
something like with your friend Dan, you
hmm.
mentioned like
Yes.
that 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 is a good exercise to work
Mm,
with, that
for
kind
sure.
of a goal or an aim. But what was fascinating to me about doing the Dahmer book was, honest to God, I when decided to start writing it, I just had one of these big, like, notepads, and I
Hmm.
just sat down and, for somebody that's been on computer for 25 years,
Hmm.
to be writing longhand was really a trip, and that whole book got written longhand. It
Wow.
just like it honestly just had a life of its own, coming out in one long scribe that, you know, I mean, later on I got in and, tweaked it and shifted
Hmm.
stuff around, but that was interesting to me in writing that book.
Oh, I bet. Is that a thing where when you were out on a walk, you would come up with an idea for that? Or was that more like, no, when I'm at home, I have my notebook, that's where it came from?
No, like I said, I'd be out walking and then something would pop in, but I would just send myself a voice text. I'd
Yeah,
say blah 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 blah, do that, and
sure.
then deal with it when I got home, put it into the
Yeah.
mix and stuff.
Oh, that's great. Oh, was it
Hmm.
one what, just like a notebook like this? Like a
It was
yellow notepad, legal pen?
oh, it's these kind that I'm addicted to. They have to be pink,
Ooh,
and they're made by Mead Cambridge, and the
okay.
fucking it's such a drag because they stopped manufacturing these pink ones. Now they're all
Yeah.
yellow. And I actually called up Cambridge. I said, "Where are my pink pads?" And they go, "Oh, we've discontinued those." So I found them on
Oh,
eBay, and they were like, someone was selling a bunch for, I don't know, they were $12 each, which was insane. And
yeah.
I said, "Fuck it," and I just bought them all because I don't know that pink color. I associate it now with getting shit done.
I
So
bet. I've never seen that. The pink one. That looks
it's
rad.
great.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, you can't, they're gone now. I
No,
bought
I
them
won't.
all.
Yeah, I won't see him. Right.
I
Yeah.
bought them
Yeah.
up.
I'll have to buy it off of your eBay profile
There you
someday.
go.
If,
$35 each.
right. Yeah, you got to make something on them. Yeah. Geez. Um. So tell me about then, because I see these on Substack notes. Your today's walk. You put up photos.
I think you inspired me with that
Oh,
again. You
okay.
did. Isn't that some, aren't you,
Well,
don't
yeah,
you do that?
I would put up a lot of photos of my runs. Yeah, when I was in the woods
And
and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. And so it's been such a beautiful summer here. I don't know if I'll keep doing it when all the rain's back to the island,
Oh, I hope you
but
do. That's my season. But okay, if you don't, I'll
well,
understand.
the pictures are just sort of muddy. They're just, anyway. I just started, I was like, this is beautiful. I'm going to share
Yeah.
this. It
Yep.
doesn't have to be about MAGA. It
No,
can
no,
be
it
a
doesn't.
picture of
It
nature.
it could be nice things, yes, things that will endure and be here forever. They'll be here long after we're gone. No, I
Mhm.
I think that's fun, especially with anything like a social media, like a Substack notes kind of thing, is to put that out there, to break it up, like because yeah, there's enough horror and gross stuff out there that we can
I'll
always
say,
see on those platforms. So
yeah,
it's just nice to see like, oh, there's a nice lake or something. So yeah, appreciate it.
right.
Um yeah, and then Fame Whores is a podcast you do, and you have a, a co-host with that, right? Or a
Y-
co-founder,
y-
right?
yeah, the novelist, he's in New York, John Calindo.
Okay.
He was my editor way, way back when I first got on the internet in 1998. I started online with, of all things, a porn site. I built
Sure.
a gay porn site. This is like right when dial-up modems
Oh
allowed
yeah.
JPEGs to come in. And anyway, I had started this gay erotic site, and I fashioned it after like Hugh Hefner because I
Mm-hmm.
he impressed me when I was a kid. I like that
Sure.
mix of like sex positivity and editorial content.
Yeah.
People would say, "Well, I just get Playboy to read the articles and
So
stuff
there
like
are,
that."
right?
So I wanted to mimic that by doing a site like that, and that's how I first got entree into the internet. I taught myself HTML, I taught
Hmm.
myself Photoshop, all that shit to because I had a vision. But anyway, John, who does Fame Whores with me, he was working at he had worked at Playboy, Hustler, if you remember Larry Flint's
Oh
shindig,
yeah. Sure.
uh, Playgirl. Anyway, he had this great editorial history. So I hired him when I was doing Night Charm, this gay site that I had. Anyway, we've stayed friends all this time. And then one day when we were on the phone with each other, because we talk almost every night, I said, we should just record these conversations. They're so insane.
Yeah.
And then we started Fame Whores. And that's
Wow.
been going about a year now. Yeah. It's a
Wow.
lot of fun just to hang out and let it all hang out on something like that.
Sure. Sure. So 1998. I remember like fiddling around the internet in 1995 or so, like dial up,
Hmm.
nothing. There was nothing, I mean, there was stuff, but like, I think like the USA Today website was up around 96 or 97.
Hmm. Hmm.
But you
Yeah.
can't, didn't you come from a more a design traditional background too before that, right? Before the internet.
Well, I
Yes, no.
did. I
Oh,
started
okay.
as an art director, but that was with old print advertising and
Hmm.
TV. I was with CBS and then, of all places, Fox when I
Wow.
lived, I know, in Hawaii. But
Wow.
Fox back then was very cool because it was like The Simpsons,
Yeah.
21 Jump Street, Married with Children. It wasn't the madness that we know of
Well,
it as
wh
today, you know.
what were you doing there in those days?
I was an assistant art director to the art director of the stations, and then eventually he left, and then I moved up as an art director.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was some of my background.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. But that all of that skill in design work translated once I learned Photoshop and I think it was Go Live back then.
Ooh.
And it was such a trip.
Yeah,
But
it was.
I was able to bring all that skill set into this porn site. So it really became like a destination for gay men because there was porn, but it was presented in this, I don't know, nice aesthetic. It
Hmm.
wasn't like the equivalent of brown paper wrappers that you
Right.
would bring stuff home. And then we had these great articles on there that looked at sex, politics, culture, pop music. So it was this weird mix. There's nothing else like it online now today. Because,
Yeah.
well, first of all, the site it was destroyed by the, like Pornhub and all that. When that, suddenly you could just
Or
get porn for free
every
everywhere,
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
and now you
Spotify,
just go
like
to
Spotify.
Twitter. Twitter
Yeah.
is like,
Apparently, yeah.
doesn't that blow your mind about Twitter? Like, how does no one ever discuss the gluts of porn there? I mean, Musk never does,
No, no, but
and
yeah.
I think that's their. I think that's where all the traffic.
Yo,
And
probably.
of course, there's all the bots that are there,
Yep.
but it's just weird. You never see anything about, and I see some funky porn on there on
Hmm.
Twitter. Not that I go looking for it, but
Because
I'm
it's
like, is
there. It
that,
just shows up, right? I know. Yeah.
well, and I'm like, is that like a 13-year-old? Like, what is going on here? Anyway, it's
Yeah.
just really weird. I'm
Yes.
sure
That.
this has gone in a new direction you hadn't figured for your show today.
No, I
I'm
love it.
sorry.
No,
I'm
no, but
sorry.
it speaks to the internet and where things can go and how they can just
There
like
you go.
bottom out. I mean, I remember Twitter. I joined Twitter. My claim to fame. I was one of the first 3,000 people to sign up for Twitter. I was
Oh
like
my
user.
God, that is an accolade.
I was like user number 2,600 something or 2,700. Yeah. Um, I loved it. Like I was just like, this is amazing. And of course,
Mhm.
like a lot of things, I don't need to keep up with my blog anymore. I have Twitter, and I did that, through the years. I started a metal trivia thing on there called Skull Toaster back in 2011. I did that for 7 or 8 years. I loved it. But boy,
So
did things.
your
Mm,
music background is what was you were platforming there and
to
bringing
a
to the.
degree, because no, I mean, even like, okay, yeah, when I launched a music blog for AOL Music in 2008, Twitter wasn't a huge part of that. The social media strategy thing was not a huge part of that. It was still bloggy blogs in
Hmm,
2008 and 9. We were still trying to get linked from other blogs more so than like, I hope this Twitter account retweets us,
I see. Yeah.
we were just starting that back then. But like, I remember being in a meeting one time, I think it was 2008, and someone in that meeting was like, yeah, there's this new app called Instagram. And we were like, ooh, what's yeah, like
Mm,
it was those days. It was those days
yeah.
like people staying up till midnight to post tweets. Like when I was at AOL. for like the American Idol recaps. They would publish them at
Right.
midnight. And then I got to be the total dork in the room and be like, have you heard of Hootsuite? And everyone was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna write that down so I could schedule." Like, "Oh my god, you saved it!" Yeah, it was like 2008 or nine or something like that. Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
fun.
oh yeah.
But yeah, no, Twitter was absolutely my jam, and like music wise, I guess yeah. But when I started doing the heavy metal trivia thing, yeah, I really found a neat community on there, and like did a lot of fun stuff around that, and
Hmm.
which actually launched something called Metal Bandcamp Gift Club in 2016. I think it started, and it's still going till today, where people they sign up and they give their birthday, and then when their birthday comes around, we send out an email with the link to their Bandcamp wish list, and that's
Cool.
that's still going. Like next year, it'll be 10
Wow.
years we've been doing that. Yeah, I mean, I don't do it. I'm not involved with it anymore, really, but I'm with it still. Like I try to help out here and there if I can, but yeah, so like a lot of cool stuff came out of Twitter.
Hmm. Hmm. See,
Nowadays,
it's that like I was saying earlier, people have these nostalgic memories for
mhm.
when social media was great, good and fun,
Oh yeah,
and wasn't this gobbling maw, that it is now. Um,
it's rough. Yeah,
yeah. So,
it it's rough, especially too with and maybe you could speak to some of this is that idea of like, because there's a lot of people out there like this. Oh, I have 5,000 followers on Instagram or 7,000 on Twitter, but now I want to get them to my email list.
oh, good luck with that.
How has your experience been with that? Because
It's initially it was so. That's the best I can say about it. But then as reels
hmm
and shorts and all of that kept being pushed, and then
yep.
stories, and then this, and
And
I'm
then
just like, you know
links
what?
started to get you down like hidden, like if you included a
Well,
link to your newsletter and stuff. Yeah.
well, yeah, like, and I mean, I was like, fuck you. I'm not working for free anymore for
Mm.
Zuckerberg.
Right.
You're churning out content so I can scrape so, you know, yeah, that's my short version of my history with trying to wrangle people
Because
over,
because there was a
to my
point though
list or
where
whatever.
you had that number of people, but there was a point where at which you were just like, you know what?
Mhm.
That's it. I'm over here now. Right.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, they will literally suck you dry in
hmm
scrambling to, and you know how it is. It's such a hunger's game thing now because so much of life is all transposed over to living on the internet or making your living on the internet or whatever. And there's only so much attention span, only so many dollars to,
Yeah.
and then so it's that slave labor uh uh ideology that sprung up with Instagram, Facebook,
hmm
Twitter. Oddly enough, TikTok isn't isn't quite so bad. I don't know. I might still be under TikTok spell.
mm
I don't know. There's just I think the thing about TikTok is it's so like one pointed, meaning you open the app. I don't use it on desktop. You open the app, you go in there, and you just have to deal with that one video. There's
hmm
not this and that grab,
Sure.
and so to me that gives me a sense of my own agency while using the app.
Yeah.
And I will say it has the most mysterious fucking algorithm in the
Oh,
world.
okay.
it I'm frightened by what it's doing to my brain at night. It's like it comes in there and grabs bits of, and then I see that shit the next day I'm on TikTok. What is happening?
It's
The
that
Chinese.
it's the Chinese technology. Really. It's in your phone. It's probably sitting on servers of all the websites you visit and stuff.
Wait,
Yeah,
plus,
it's
plus, I don't have to see any underage people having sex on
no,
there.
that's a
So,
bonus. Yes, thank you for that TikTok. She's yeah, no,
God.
no, no underage anything. Please, please no.
Mhm.
Yeah, so wow, the internet. But hey, like through it all, like you send out a newsletter, you wrote a book, which is not an instantaneous quick thing that you can just post. You do a podcast. What the podcast is weekly?
It's about once a month. Have you?
Okay.
Well, I want to ask you
Yeah.
this because
Yes.
you talk to so many folks on here. I've had two author friends that serialized on Substack
Okay.
with their novel. Do you have? Not that I'm going to do that, but it didn't seem to be a business model that worked well for the authors.
Mm.
Have you heard about that or know people that did
I
it or?
I don't know people that have done it, but I see that it's a big like idea. Oh, this is totally what we should do. We should serialize. And like, yeah, I don't think I'm sure there are success stories, but
I haven't seen them.
yeah, I mean like in my orbit, like yeah, I haven't heard anybody that's really done that. Like,
I think people, when I've thought about it, I think people think, well, I'll just wait till the actual book comes out instead of paying, $5, $6, $7 a month for a chapter here and there.
yeah.
Unless it's just an interesting thing on the platform, on the Substack platform,
Yeah,
being an author.
again, in theory, like it sounds great. For comic artists, it sounds great. Um,
Mm,
but again, I mean, in these financial times, do people want to pay $5 a month for that, or 7 or 10? Like, it's rough out there. You know,
yeah.
there's people that
I
cancel Netflix, and Netflix has a billion things to watch, and so like for people to sign up for a thing monthly, like it better be something that really like takes hold. Like,
Yeah, what's the future of that business model, do you think, for, well, not just Substack, but any subscription-based thing? I'll answer one part of my question myself. Like,
yeah.
I noticed as soon as Trump was in office and then the tariff talk started,
Hmm.
um, a real uptick in people, canceling subscriptions. And
Yeah.
I understood it because I went through something similar, like getting rid of Netflix and, getting a VPN for certain reasons.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, um, what's your take on this subscription model? Is this going to continue to buoy up the Substack platform or?
I mean, any platform or whatever, like any membership thing, like I think it's going to become more of a thing where people are going to pay for a thing where they get, I think, more realness, more FaceTime, more directness. I don't mean that
Right.
in a whatever they call it, the social whatever, the creepy side of that. But like I just mean
Oh,
like
parasocial.
parasocial thing. Yeah, yeah. Like I
Right,
don't want
right,
anyone to pay for me to see me eating food or something like that. Like,
right.
we don't need
Oh,
that.
that's an idea. Yeah.
No, please don't. Our- but 10 people have a head start on you on that.
Oh my
But
God,
no,
on Substack?
probably, yeah. Why not? No,
Anyway, go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
no, I think more of it may be like people paying to be parts of communities or memberships, or just like something that's a little more like, something that they know every Tuesday, like, cause it's just my top of my head thinking, like, or it's just like, I mean, there's publications that people really, really love, and they love the mission of it. And so, hi,
Hmm.
Blue. Like Blue loves food, and that's
Oh
why he
yeah.
keeps coming to me because he knows I'm going to feed him food. So,
I think it's more than that, but go ahead.
So no, I think like yeah, if the publication is something that people really look forward to, what did you just knock over? Um, it that's what I think it has to be. I don't think it can just be like, oh, here's something like it's got to be so, something that people would miss if it were gone.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's a Seth
yeah.
Godin cliche, but it's for real. Like if like I would miss this if it was gone. And the more I think about that with stuff I pay for, is it comes down to people. Is it comes down to
Hmm.
the people that I want and I want to see them succeed and I want to see them keep doing the thing that they're doing.
Yeah, and this plays into one of my prophecies I will take credit for from about, I don't know, like 6, 7 years ago when I was really starting to like reevaluate social media. And I thought, you know, what's going to happen is this is going to fragment, and then
Mm,
there's going to be nodes of people, like you're
mm,
saying, that are there for the human condition
yeah.
and relating and maybe face to face or whatever.
Yeah.
And that dovetails into what I hear you saying about what a sustainable newsletter or whatever you'd want to call it now is going to be about.
Right, or a publication, or just a video site. There's a couple of those coming up now.
Hmm.
Very niche video sites that you can subscribe to. That from the people that you
Yeah,
like. 'Cause some of the YouTube people are like, "Fuck the YouTube algorithm thing," and they all got together and made their own like video channel thing that you can subscribe to. I think a lot of that stuff's going to happen. I think almost a lot of writers are going to start like coming to the idea of like, wait, maybe we should just all get together and make kind of a magazine website, you know, like where
or
it's not.
or a publisher, like a bunch of people could get together,
Yeah, oh,
you know, and
totally.
do like
To-
their own imprint, like, you know.
yes, yes, and that's what Daniel Hunter's doing with Indie Thinkers, is starting to take the revenue that comes from paid subscribers to pay writers, which noble, valiant effort. Oh my goodness, right? And so like let writers just write and do that thing.
Excellent. That's so
Yeah,
encouraging to hear that. I'm very
yeah.
happy to hear that. Yeah.
I think we'll start to see more of that of a good consolidation. Like you know, there's the creepy, whatever big media consolidation, but I think we do so much better at this together. And just
Hmm.
by sharing ideas, doing calls like this, where we talk about like this worked, that didn't work, blah blah blah. Like we're doing the social media escape club escape pod calls. Like we get to like the story of Jess, the musician that talked about like I handed a clipboard of my email sign up form out into the crowd while I was playing, and I got 35 people to sign up. And so
Right.
like we were like, whoa, well that like I don't play music, I can't hand a clipboard out, but like, yo, that idea, that's amazing. And that came from like
Mhm.
all of us just hanging out and getting ideas, and they talked to so and so, and this like that is the stuff that we get from one another. And I think that's where the money, the subscriptions, the things that people pay for are gonna keep going to.
So, what does that mean for hypothetically for Substack with, I mean, not that we have them on the operating table here, but I think there's a certain spotlight put on it because, well, that's you and I both met on Substack
Yeah.
and then engaged
Yep.
with it and blah, blah.
Yep.
But I just wonder, you know, there's that waiting for the other shoe to drop with
Sure.
Substack.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
saw the shimmy of that shoe today when I got that thing about Apple
Yeah.
30%. Like, and then I'm like, okay, they got $100 million infusion.
Mhm.
Like what? Like
From who?
what's
From who now too? You're right. Yeah, yeah. You
they
start to
got
look into
money
who
from
those people.
who? Yeah, I think I heard something about it and kind of was creeped out. Like,
Yeah.
is it a last name that begins with an A? or
I don't know. I don't know.
oh,
I
okay, all right, we
honestly, but
won't
I
go
just
there.
know that like on the periphery, it's just like, wait, those people are investors now or whatever. I don't know the full details, but I don't doubt a creepiness factor to it. Yeah, what happens with them? I don't know, but probably not great. But as I've been talking for years, we have an email list. And so if the whole thing burns down, we move it over to somewhere else and we just keep it rolling.
I
Like
know.
that with
I hear your Cassandra voice, and every time I hear another fragment of it, I'm like, yes, Seth, stop. Because when I hear it, I'm like, oh fuck, I've got to go build another website. Like, go. I have to go back to. I have my old site. It's still
hmm
there. It's on WordPress. I
me too. Yeah.
resuscitate it, but
Yep.
just my God, I've been through so many permutations of identities on the internet.
Yeah.
Might have reached my
Well,
quota. I don't know.
no, no. Well, I think a handful of us have reached our quota of the next platform. Like, I
Oh
don't think that
God, yeah.
I really don't think you or I are gonna be like, oh, there's this new place now.
I
I
don't
don't.
have it in me.
No, I definitely don't. And that's why, a couple months ago, I did what I did and like started my little exit strategy and like just bracing for if this goes sideways, like, ah, I'll be all right.
But that's like
That's
you're spinning like two plates at the same time in a way because you've got
n-
Substack going on.
not really
R- So
because
everything is you've got it all over to the
I don't have it
membershiply
all.
or
Like, I don't have all those blog posts moved over from 2021 over to my own website. Um, but moving forward, yes, since whenever I set up the website a couple months ago, like everything I write now starts on my blog. And then when I want to send out a newsletter on Mondays or Tuesdays, I just like kind of pick from my website and put that in there and send that out. So I'm not big on and I'll still put some of those posts on Substack for now because it's easier to share them, this and that. But like today, I didn't. I wrote a post, it's on my website, and then I took that and I sent it out as only a newsletter on Substack. And, sneaky, sneaky, the only links in it went to my blog. And
Mhm.
I have a good traffic day on my blog today. So that
And
that's how I'll do it. Yeah.
is the blog monetized? Like what
The monetization is, yeah, there's a way to sign up for my email list. Sure. That's great.
uh-huh.
But then the monetization is, yes, I link to Memberful where you can become a member and get on my, I host 4 Zoom calls a week for paid members.
Hmm.
And then also I have my email guidance thing where people can email me a free question and I'll answer it. And if you want more, like you can pay more at the bottom and I'll send you 5 more emails going back and
Got
forth
it.
about your stuff. That's optimized on my website. So,
Hmm.
the handful of more people I get to my website, they can see that because Substack is meant, like all platforms, are meant to keep people on that platform. And
Sure.
like, so when, yes, same thing. When they come to my blog, yeah, I hope they read 3 things. I hope they click on 3 pages and eventually end up on like maybe my membership site and like go from there. But also
Mm.
too, I want them to see like I write on there, try to almost every day. So you can go there and be like, I hope to build that habit of like, I know I can go to that URL, socialmediascape.club, and there'll be something new there. Or if I haven't visited in a few days, I know there's going to be a handful of things for me to read. So
Hmm.
that's the plan. Substack right now is secondary. Like stuff that goes up on there is already written and published. Maybe I'll put it
And
over there. That's about it.
and it's funneling. I mean, you're the only person I know that you've reached bestseller status and you left Substack.
Like the next day,
I
yeah,
mean, it's like, wow, this
I
dude's
did. I
got
got
some,
that.
yeah.
I was like, look at that. But yeah, the wheels were in motion already to move to Memberful,
Okay.
and yeah, I'm glad I did it. Like I'm comfortable with it. Like, is it as easy to get new paid members? Because I mean, Substack has your credit card information. It's real easy to like just
Hmm.
to upgrade. It's a lot harder when you have to drive people to another website to sign up for your paid thing. But
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I'm still right around 100 paid subscribers, so I lose a couple, I gain a couple, and yeah, hasn't totally fallen apart. So yeah,
Right.
it's a
Good to
challenge,
hear.
but yeah, it's a challenge. But like, look, at the same time, like I got to figure it out. That's all. So yeah,
Great.
uh,
I'm glad you've
yeah.
been able to maneuver that like that. But like I
At,
said, I go into a cold sweat when I start if I had to start uprooting, it's just,
well,
you
you
know,
and anyone else, I'll put this out there. You can export your paid information stuff to Memberful, Beehive, and Button Down. I know those are the three. I think Ghost too. So you don't have to start over if
hmm
this shit hits the fan. You have options.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, it's terrifying still. I was very scared to do it, but yeah, it can be done.
Right.
So Frederick, thank you so much for hanging out. This has
Sure.
been
Thanks for having me come on.
super informative, I think, for a lot of people, all the experiences you've had and publications you've run and all the things you're doing now. Like, yeah, you're doing so much interesting, cool stuff. So it's good
Thanks.
to see. Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's been
Yes.
fun. And it was great hanging out. I'll see you on the next time on Thursday. I'm trying to get
Yes.
back into the social media escape group,
You
but
you
I've been
should.
doing edits on
Hey,
Jeffrey
this
Dahmer.
Thursday I'm gonna pitch. I have Peabody Award winning Sean Cannon on the Escape Pod Zoom call.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm starting to do that once a month. I'm starting to bring in like some special guests to talk with.
Very
Like
cool.
I'll talk to them for about 15-20 minutes, and then it's a group Q&A with everybody. Members only, everybody. Get a
That's
free
it.
trial. Oh, not a free trial. Sorry, it's a $10 for 30 days. Free
There you
trial.
go.
No free trial. Nothing's free. Nothing's free. Not with these prices. Not the price of
Hey,
coffee.
thanks.
Yes, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I'll see you around on the internet.
All right.
All right.
Take care,
Bye,
everybody.
Frederick. See ya. Bye, everybody.